My name is Sandra Simmons, and my husband Dwight and I have been a part of this church for 18 years. And it was actually our son Brent who brought us to this church. My most recent involvement here at the church has been through our confirmation program and through our finance team. I choose to be involved in the confirmation program because it connects me to the young people in our church. Well, coming out of finance recently, I was able to learn a little bit more about our existing mortgage. First established back in the year 2000 when this building was occupied. And 2 years ago, we refinanced that mortgage due in part to the situation we were facing with COVID. Going into COVID, we were facing a $9,300 per month mortgage with no people sitting in the pews on Sunday. Well, at that time, we had two wonderful bankers on the finance team, Jason Triplett and Mary Louise Roberts. And they reached out to the other good bankers in this good town, and they were able to secure for us a new mortgage that saved us $4,000 a month, or roughly $50,000 a year. Now, that really helped that situation, but it did not address the ever-growing maintenance needs of this facility. Every meeting of finance, it seemed like we were discussing some new and urgent need. And I'm not talking about simple things, I'm talking about major issues that would become safety issues if they were not addressed pretty soon. So we decided we were either going to have to borrow more money from the bank to do these things, or we were going to have to find another source of income. So it's at that time we went to church council and asked them to prayerfully consider starting a capital campaign that would, once and for all, pay off that mortgage and also help establish a major reserve fund that could be used for some of those maintenance needs down the road, because they will continue to happen. In our Sunday school class recently, we discussed the topic of a sacred space, and we asked ourselves the question, do you have a sacred space? This is where we gather for worship. This is where we baptize our babies, our confirmands, our young adults, our adults. This is where we establish lifelong friendships that are never forgotten. This is where we go on a mission trip that changes our lives. This is where we are married. This is where we have funerals for those we love. This is where some of the most important decisions we will ever make are made right here. And for that reason, we should treat it accordingly as the sacred space it is. We even have ladies working in the background making handmade quilts, which are given to some of the families who receive our wood. And I know that making a quilt is a tedious and time-consuming project. And to make one and to fold it up and just give it away to a complete stranger, I just think that says a lot about the character of our church family. But for me, the area that tugs at my heart the most is the after-school program. I used to be a young mother with two young children, and I speak from experience when I tell you that the greatest challenge facing young mothers today is the issue of childcare. For us, giving is an act of gratitude. Everything we have or ever will have comes from God. And just as you would want to do something in return for a friend who has done something for you, we feel it's just natural to want to do something in return to God for what He has done for us. He doesn't have to have our money, but for us, it's just a way of saying thank you. I'm excited about the Because We Care initiative because this is something we are going to do together. It is for everyone, and it is not about the amount of money that we give. I, for a fact, know that if you take small numbers and add them together, you come up with a bigger number. And just think, for example, if you have 20 people giving $1 a week, that's a little over $1,000 a year. Now, that may not sound like much, but you remember that little song we learned when we were little? Little is much when God is in it. Don't ever underestimate what God can do with a little bit of money. That $1,000 might just be the amount we need to reach our goal, or it might be the amount we need to tip over that goal, which, by the way, I think we will do. So when that big celebration happens and we're at the end of this journey, I want to see everyone there celebrating together. To achieve a goal together, it's going to be fun. You don't want to miss it.